I'm Nathan, and I never believed in ghosts or the supernatural. But what happened on that highway in Nevada still haunts me. I was driving home late one night, the road stretching out endlessly in the dark. It was the kind of night where you feel utterly alone, with only the hum of the engine for company. Out of nowhere, a motorcyclist sped past me, swerving wildly. He was going way too fast, barely staying in his lane. I remember thinking, this guy is going to kill himself. A few minutes later, I saw something up ahead on the road. My headlights illuminated a crumpled motorcycle and a figure lying next to it. I pulled over, my heart pounding. As I got out of the car, I yelled, "Hey, are you okay?" No response. The air was eerily silent, and I felt a cold shiver run down my spine. I walked closer, but as I reached the spot where the bike and the rider should have been, there was nothing there. Just empty asphalt. I stood there, frozen. What just happened? I could have sworn I saw the motorcyclist. Did I imagine it? But it felt so real. I looked around, but there was no sign of a crash, no skid marks, nothing. Confused and a little scared, I hurried back to my car. My hands were shaking as I fumbled with the keys, desperate to get away from that spot. As I drove, I kept glancing in the rearview mirror. The road behind me was empty, but I couldn't shake the feeling that I wasn't alone. Then, out of nowhere, I saw him again, the motorcyclist, riding right behind me. My heart started racing. How could this be possible? I had just seen him, or had I? I sped up, trying to put some distance between us, but he matched my speed, staying just a few car lengths behind. My mind was racing with questions. Was he real? Was I losing my mind? I tried to think of a rational explanation, but nothing made sense. The motorcyclist's face was hidden behind his helmet, and he never made a move to pass me. He just followed, like a shadow. I tried to ignore him, telling myself it was all in my head, but every time I glanced in the mirror, he was there. Then, just as suddenly as he had appeared, he vanished. One moment he was there, and the next, the road behind me was empty again. I kept driving, my knuckles white on the steering wheel. I didn't stop until I reached a gas station, the bright lights a welcome relief from the darkness. I got out of the car, my legs shaky, and looked around. No sign of the motorcyclist. I went inside and asked the attendant, "Did you see anyone else pull in?" "A guy on a motorcycle." The attendant gave me a puzzled look. "Nope, just you." I stood there, trying to process what had happened. Had I imagined it all? But it felt so real. The image of the motorcyclist lying on the road, then following me, it was burned into my mind. Even now, I can't explain what I saw that night. Maybe it was a trick of the light, or maybe I was just tired. But deep down, I know what I saw was real. And that's the most disturbing part. Sometimes, I wonder if that motorcyclist is still out there, waiting to appear in someone else's rearview mirror.